People call almost every AI product an agent now. That makes the word sound advanced, but it also makes the word blurry and unhelpful. A chatbot can answer very well and still not be an agent. A polished LLM app can search documents and draft work and still not be an agent. A real agent is different. It can take a goal, break work into steps, use tools, keep track of state, and do something in the world. In this video, I will separate chatbot, LLM app, and real agent clearly. Then I will show where agents help and where they should never run free. Start with the simplest layer. A chatbot is mainly a reply system. You send a message and it returns language. The next layer is an LLM app. That is a product wrapped around the model with instructions, data, user interface, and workflow. The third layer is an agent. The system has a goal, a decision loop, tool access, and permission to keep going until it reaches a stopping point. That distinction matters because the controls, risks, and business value are different at each layer. If you label them all the same, you design them badly. A chatbot is the closest thing to conversation. Ask a question, get an answer. The core job is response generation. It may remember the last few turns. It may follow a persona. It may sound helpful, but it is still mostly waiting for the next user message. A support FAQ bot is a good example. It can explain return policy, account steps, or product setup, but it does not go inspect 5 systems and decide what to do next. That is why chatbots are useful but limited. They are strong at explanation, drafting, and guidance. They are weak at multi-step execution. An LLM app is bigger than a chatbot. It combines the model with application code, business rules, prompts, retrieval, forms, and sometimes one-click actions. Think about a document assistant that reads your knowledge base, summarizes a contract, drafts an email, or answers from internal docs. That is usually an LLM app. Some LLM apps can call tools, but the flow is still mostly pre-designed by engineers. The app is choosing from rails you already built, not inventing an open-ended plan. This is where many products should stop. If the work is predictable and the steps are known, an LLM app is often safer, cheaper, and easier to debug than a fully agentic system. A real agent starts with a goal, not just a prompt. For example, investigate why last night's deployment failed, collect evidence, and propose the safest fix. Then it plans. It breaks the work into steps, decides what information it needs, and chooses tools such as logs, tickets, cloud APIs, databases, or code search. As it works, it maintains state. It remembers what it already checked, what failed, what evidence matters, and what steps should happen next. Then it acts. It can open a ticket, update a record, draft a pull request, restart a job in a sandbox, or ask a human for approval before a sensitive step. That is the real difference. A chatbot answers. An LLM app assists inside a defined workflow. An agent runs a goal-directed loop of observe, reason, decide, and act. As a DevOps agent, this works well when the task is repetitive but evidence-heavy. It can read CI logs, compare the current failure with past incidents, suggest the likely root cause, and even prepare a rollback or fix pull request for review. A customer support agent can pull order history, billing status, shipping events, and prior conversations, then draft a grounded response or complete a low-risk action under policy. But it should escalate refunds, legal threats, or abuse cases. A finance reporting agent can gather numbers from the warehouse, ERP, spreadsheets, and BI tools, reconcile mismatches, flag anomalies, and assemble a monthly reporting pack. That saves analysts time without letting the model invent the final truth. A security investigation agent can correlate alerts, identity events, endpoint findings, and cloud logs far faster than one person clicking through tools. It can build a case timeline and recommend containment, but destructive response should stay gated. A cloud operations agent can watch cost, capacity, drift, failed backups, unhealthy load balancers, and expiring certificates. It can prepare remediations, run safe diagnostics, and open change requests before anyone touches production. Agents should not be autonomous, where the blast radius is high and the action is hard to reverse. Production deletes, broad IAM changes, customer credits, wire payments, and security enforcement are obvious examples. They also should not make ambiguous human judgments alone. Hiring, firing, fraud accusations, legal interpretations, medical advice, and regulatory sign-off need accountable humans. A safer pattern is staged autonomy. First, read only, then recommend, then draft, then act in a sandbox. Only after that should you consider tightly scoped production actions with approval, logging, and rollback. Senior teams treat agents like junior operators with speed, not magic. Give them tools, guardrails, audit trails, and narrow authority. Expand autonomy only when the system has earned trust. So here is the simple model. A chatbot mainly answers. An LLM app wraps the model inside a product workflow. A real agent can pursue a goal across steps. Real agents become valuable when the work needs planning, tools, memory, and action. They are not automatically better. In many cases, a good LLM app is the right answer. The design question is not, can we call it an agent? The real question is, what level of autonomy is justified, observable, and safe for this job? If you want more practical AI engineering, cloud and platform delivery explainers, follow Trustscrin Cloud and AI Engineering. We teach the real production trade-offs, not just the labels.